Tama attacked Finn.
Oh, okay, yeah, we did get that. SmackDown.
They attacked Finn backstage. So where's Shinsuke in all this?
Yeah, Tama and Finn were talking, and Tama creeped up from behind him from the background. I forgot about that.
What an epic shot! What an epic shot! How does a big MFer like that lurk? Like that. Welcome to the Lariat Lounge. This is the home of smart takes, hard hits, and real talk. I'm your host, Everson Godfrey, co-host Andrew Skeens. Skeener, you're on the road again, brother. All over the country. Last time I talked to you, you were in Milwaukee. Now you're on the East Coast. And tomorrow, you're going to be out of the country yet again. This is a globetrotting man, and yet he still tunes in here to do this little rinky-dink podcast for all of you beautiful bastards. So, Skeener, how are you doing right now, brother? What are you doing in West Virginia?
So for anyone that knows or doesn't know, my side gig, aside from hosting this podcast, is I am a golf instructor, and came back home to West Virginia. One of my players has some big tournaments coming up, so we did a day of tournament prep today. So flew in, got back here yesterday, did that today, and then I'll fly back home tomorrow, and then off to Canada on Sunday.
So listen, at least you didn't drive this time. Like, at least you didn't drive from Milwaukee to West Virginia, because the last time you did that, I remember thinking to myself, that is a hell of a drive.
Yeah, about 9.5, 10 hours, depending on where I'm going.
No, I wouldn't dare. The likelihood of me doing that drive is about as likely as Sami Zayn winning the WWE championship. Only to lose it. Like what? How many? Like 9 hours later?
9 days.
9 days?
He had it. Yep.
I mean, that's got to be getting close to a record.
No, he's had. I'll look that up, but I mean, we've had hour-long reigns before.
That's true, but I mean, he's got to be like in the top 10 shortest title reigns.
He's not in the top 5. So let me look at reigns by length.
While you're getting into that,
yeah.
Welcome everybody.
Well, the fifth shortest reign wasn't even up to 5 minutes yet. So.
Well, there could be a significant jump, or maybe Sami is in more rarefied air than I thought. But you know, this begs a few questions, and some of this may generally just be booking decisions to set up for a more lucrative payoff at SummerSlam, which honestly, look, I get that, but you got to make some of this make a little more sense to me. And I'm assuming we'll get much more of a rundown on SmackDown tonight. But in case you've been living under a rock, we have a new undisputed WWE champion. It happened Monday. Sami Zayn is no longer your WWE champion. Strange times indeed building up to the biggest party of the summer, but we're here to talk about all of it right now. So, Skeener, please let everyone know where they can tune in and catch us in this podcast format talking about the road to SummerSlam. Coined that here today.
Come check us out on YouTube. That's where the Lariat Lounge's home is. Just search for the Lariat Lounge. You'll find it's on YouTube. That's where you'll find all the episodes in both video and audio format. That's where all our PLE live streams are hosted at. It's where you can find all the past PLE live streams and any other content we do. You'll find it on YouTube. The podcast is also available in the traditional audio format on all your favorite platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you get your shows. That's where you'll find us. We've got merch over at Pro Wrestling Tees. Search the Lariat Lounge. You'll find us 7 great shirt designs up there if you want to get your merch and support us. We're over on Instagram at the Lariat Lounge Podcast. DMs are always open. Give us a follow, so you know when we're going live for the PLE live streams, and that's where you can catch any other updates on the show. And as always, please feel free to send us your thoughts at the Lariat Lounge at gmail.com.
Now, Skeener, I want to know, because I know Mama Skeens is a fan of the show.
Yes.
Is she excited to know that you're upstairs in the house right now creating the magic?
I think she's downstairs. She knows it happens.
She
She
can
knows it's
I'm
happening.
sure
So
she can
yeah.
feel the magic, the energy radiating off of your bedroom door.
Oh,
I know it. I know it. Mama Skeens, if you're listening, this shout out is for you. Thanks for supporting the show. But hey,
so Sami Zayn's reign
okay.
tied for the 22nd shortest WWE Championship reign.
Dang, Sammy. I more rarefied there than I thought. Okay, so who is before him with that in the time and who is after him and how long?
Okay, so he is tied with Stan Stasiak, who held the WWE title for 9 days in
Wow.
1973.
Okay.
And more recently than that, we had an 8-day reign from The Miz in the Thunderdome. He won it at Elimination Chamber and then lost it not Raw the next night, but the next week's Raw. And then after him is there are two-week reigns from John Cena, one in 2011 and one in 2017.
Oh, see, those right there. Those are what you call, ladies and gentlemen, tick box reigns. Okay. Those are tick box reigns. They gave him those titles so that he could tick those boxes getting closer to 17 because they ultimately wanted him to break Ric Flair's record. I that is nothing that I have heard. It's not confirmed anywhere, but I think that WWE wanted John Cena to break Ric Flair's record. And so you got to slip him in there every now and then just to move the needle a little bit further so that when he gets close to the end, he can get that never seen 17.
There are there are not there are 9 WWE Championship reigns that have lasted less than a day, and an
Oh,
additional 4 that lasted 1 day.
okay. I want to know those. Let's get into the show proper. Skeena, I want you to read those off. But hey, enough with the
Uh,
fluff. Let's get to the stuff. Skeena, okay. You said that there are 9 reigns that have lasted under how long?
under 1 day,
Okay. Give them to me
and we know
from
we
the
have
longest
5
to
that
the
have
shortest.
lasted less than 5 minutes.
Wait, what?
Um,
Okay, so how many? That's a total of what? 14.
yes,
Okay, give me all
lasted
14 from the
1 day
longest to the
or less.
shortest.
Okay, I'll have to sort these a different way. So let me tell you, I can give you the 5 shortest.
Okay,
Andre the Giant, 1 minute and 48 seconds is your shortest reign. He
how?
beat Hulk Hogan
Okay,
after the old referee swap. How much
okay.
was plastic surgery, man? And then had it, I believe, is this the one where he then sold it to Ted DiBiase or whatever? Or Ted DiBiase had bribed the referee? Or, yeah. This was at the main event one in 1988.
The main event one. Okay,
Yes. So, okay. The title was, yes. So Andre then tried to sell the belt to Ted DiBiase immediately after the match, which was disallowed and then declared vacant.
okay. So he tried to sell
Seth
it, and they were
Rollins,
like, "Nah," and then they vacated the title because he tried to sell it.
yes, Seth Rollins had a 1 minute and 59-second reign at Money in the Bank 2016, which I remember that is when he beat Roman. That was Seth's first match coming back after his first injury, and he came back with the all black hair
Okay,
because he had left with the blonde streak, came back with the all black, and Dean Ambrose immediately cashed in on him after winning Money in the Bank earlier in the night.
I feel like I remember that. I feel like that was the black and gray ring gear.
Yes, yeah, because that's what he came back with, the
Yeah.
little rebranding. Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9 held the title for 2 minutes and 8 seconds,
Hmm.
beat Bret Hart in the main event, and then Hogan came out and beat him immediately with the black eye.
Okay, I do remember Hogan Black Eye.
John Cena held the title for 3 minutes and 32 seconds and was beaten at Elimination Chamber 2010.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming somebody cashed in on him. And I will check and see.
Again, these tick box victories for
He
Cena.
won. Yeah, he won the title in the Batista. This was I believe this was, yeah, I believe either Vince or someone made the match right away, and Cena won the Elimination Chamber, and then right after he won, he was beaten down by Batista and given the match by Vince, and Batista won.
So
So
was Cena awarded the title? He had to have been. So they
no, Cena won the title in the Elimination Chamber,
right. That's what I'm saying. He was awarded
and
the
then a
title
match
when he won the
and then a
elimination
match
chamber.
was made immediately after. Yes. Then he won the Elimination Chamber match, and then the separate match after that, John Cena versus Batista, he lost.
I wonder how many times the title has changed hands in the elimination. That doesn't happen a lot.
And then the fifth shortest reign is Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013 when he was cashed in on.
A lot of cash in.
Yeah, that's when you have short reigns, that'll happen.
Yeah. Look, Drew has got to be on that list. WrestleMania 40.
Well, no, this is just WWE Championship. That was the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, that true. True,
So
true,
there
true,
may
true,
be, if you want
true.
to include that, Sammy goes even further up the list.
This is true.
But the other less than 1 day reigns are Randy Orton in 2007. John Cena had vacated the title. Orton was, I forget who did it. It may have been Vince. Awarded Randy Orton the title, but Triple H came out and immediately beat him in a match with a roll up. So he had like a 5 minute reign. And then another less than 1 day reign is Rey Mysterio. This is after in 2011 after Punk left. They had the tournament to decide a new WWE champion. Rey won the title, and then famously Cena challenges him
And beats him
for the
for it.
title and beats him later in the night. And then Roman Reigns at Survivor Series 2015. He beat Dean Ambrose to win the vacant WWE title. And I believe it was Sheamus that immediately cashed in the money in the bank on him.
Oh boy. The pre-tribal chief Roman.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
was
what a project that was. I watched a video from WrestleFund about the project that is Roman Reigns, and super interesting. He's doing like this entire, it might be 3 parts. I know he's got 2 out about the story of the bloodline. And the first part is all about Roman and WWE's stifling of the Samoan heritage over the decades, and how the tribal chief character is a lot more than simply a play on Samoan culture. But it's super good. And then the second part is about Jey Uso and the weight of the crown, and how that character of Jey, quote unquote, ruined wrestling. Not stating that he's not saying that Jey ruined wrestling, but he's speaking to that sentiment of people who feel like Jey ruined wrestling,
yeah.
and why it appears that way sometimes when you look at how the story played out, and how his role in the bloodline differed from what he looked like when Roman wasn't there. It's super interesting, but he always puts out really interesting vids. But check that out if you guys are interested in some good bloodline content. If that's your thing, WrestleFun's got a nice little series. The third part isn't out yet, but I'm looking forward to it because I'm not entirely sure where he's going to go with that. But it's super interesting. But SmackDown, we get into I guess we start the show with the confrontation between the then former WWE champion Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. And Jey is calling his shot, Cody's calling his shot, and Sammy's pretty much like, hey, both of you guys can get to the back of the line because I'm finally champion. I get a say in how this goes down. And later on in the night, we find out that indeed it is not his call. He doesn't get to make that choice. As a matter of fact, not even Nick Aldis gets to make that choice because Nick Aldis has been put on administrative leave for putting his hands on Gunther or being involved in that interaction with Gunther. And so temporary control over SmackDown has been handed to what's his name? I always forget his name.
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. Now, for Nick Aldis to be on administrative leave, this guy sure does show up on the show a lot.
Yeah.
He shows up a whole lot to be banned from his job. But suffice it to say, Adam Pearce makes a match later on in the night between main event Jey and Cody Rhodes to determine who is going to challenge the freshly crowned Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw for the championship. Now, normally I would say poor Sammy. My hope is that whatever it is that they're planning, Sammy is still involved in the story somehow.
I think he
Though,
should be, and like you said, we will see when we watch SmackDown. Who and I guess, assumedly so, CM Punk has been officially transferred to the SmackDown roster.
I
So,
mean, that's the idea. Yeah, you would think so, right? You would think so. Now, this was a good match, Cody versus Jay.
mhm.
I don't think when I was watching that match, there was no part of me that felt like Jay was going to beat Cody to become the first contender. Because I don't even understand why either one of them were in the contention for number one contender. But the first contender for Sami Zayn's newly won, freshly acquired, undisputed WWE championship. And I guess I wasn't wrong because Cody goes over and the match is set for Monday. We might as well go ahead and pull in Monday in this point in this segment we're talking about. So Monday Night Raw comes around. I like almost every day, every Monday now, end up catching Monday Night Raw late. Right, I'm watching it live, but I still miss it, and I didn't
I
rewind
also
back far enough.
watched it after the USA soccer game, so I watched it, but I remained unspoiled.
Well, I
So,
was
yeah.
unspoiled too, but I did not know what happened to Cody.
He got attacked by Gunther,
Uh,
and then he was not medically cleared.
So the match at Night of Champions was Gunther versus Cody versus Sammy.
Yeah,
Sammy rolls up Cody to win the championship. Remind me again why Gunther would attack Cody?
because he's just pissed.
Got it. Okay. So he just went after Cody because he was just mad because he's not WWE champion right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he attacks Cody. Cody can no longer compete. He's not cleared. Cody shambles off with the medical team, looking super defeated. And Adam Pearce has to find a replacement for Sami Zayn. Sammy thinks that he should be free and clear now that Cody is out, and he should be able to kind of pick his own opponent. Adam Pearce says no. I'm gonna find one for you. Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Nick Aldis just happens to be at work, just happens to be making phone calls, and just happens to find an opponent for Sammy and tells Adam Pearce he's done so and that he can thank him for giving him a blockbuster main event. We're in Chicago, folks. I cannot imagine how anyone could have possibly thought that the secret opponent could have been anybody other than one chick magnet Punk. And sure enough, Sami Zayn's in the ring, cult of personality hits, CM Punk comes to the ring clad in his best Bret Hart inspired gear.
Yes.
And
Although I'm going to be honest, during his walk from backstage, because they did the long shot with him, where they opened the like the garage, the loading dock door,
yep,
and he came in through there, and they were doing the long shot of him walking.
yeah,
I convinced myself that when he was walking backstage, he was going to get brutally taken out by Kevin Owens.
I thought that.
That's what I'd have booked, but I know
I thought that
may
for a
be why
second.
that may be why I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I thought that for a hot second too, right? That he was going to be coming to the ring. We were going to see him. His music was going to hit, right? It was going to take an abnormal amount of time for Punk
Yeah.
to come through the curtains. And then we are going to cut to the back and Punk was going to be laid out too.
Yeah.
And then Punk's music was going to cut out and KO's music was going to hit. However, that is not what transpired. Punk finally makes it to the entranceway, comes out, they have a match. The match is good. I guess this was only the second time that they've ever been in the ring with each other.
Is it?
I think they said the first time was after Punk won, when Punk was champion after Seth got injured. I believe he and Sammy wrestled each other once on Raw. So this was only the second time that they had wrestled each other. And CM Punk hits Sammy with 2 GTS. No, he hits him with 1, I think. I think he hit him with 1.
Only at the end it was 1. Did he hit him with I think he may have hit him with another one.
I know Sammy hit him with 1.
Mm-hmm. And Punk hit him with a haluva kick.
He did.
Haluva kick and then GTS was the finish. I don't remember. I do remember it was an awesome, it was good. It was back and forth, but yeah, CM Punk gets his win. He is now our WWE champion, undisputed WWE champion,
Don't
and
forget that
then
part.
yeah, we'll see where it goes. Are we headed towards Cody versus Punk at SummerSlam? I mean, that'd be a huge match. So
That's what I was thinking, right? I was thinking we're
I mean, that
probably
rounds
gearing
out
up to try and make
a
something
huge trio of matches there at
big.
Summer.
Right. That's what I thought. We were gearing up for something big for SummerSlam, which, this would mean that, this Cody match, if it's Cody and Punk, is still not going to be the main event of either one of those nights. Because one of those nights is Oba and Brock. Unless Brock chooses to open the show. Because he could very well want to open the show and go home. So, that would actually make sense. But needless to say, where does Sami Zayn fit into this? We'll find out more tonight for sure. I was gonna say I can't see a world where you take a title off of someone who has been doing a really good job telling a story around that title and then kind of just move away from them entirely and come back to it later. But in an odd twist of things, we did this in a storyline very, very recently, including Sami Zayn with the US Championship and Carmelo Hayes.
Mhm.
And, we've come back around to Mello and Trick, which I hope it still has some of the energy that it had before because it didn't feel like it last week, in my opinion. But
Mhm.
suffice it to say, we've recently just done this. So, you could try to come back around to it at some point. But if you go to Punk versus Cody, the promos that you could have between the two of them, I don't know. Sammy's doing good work right now, too. So, I mean, it's anybody's guess. But yes, dude, I think that was a great match. I did not expect I did not expect Punk to come out, but then when we were in Chicago, I was like, oh, it's absolutely gonna be Punk. And then I'm like, how does Punk lose? How do you put him in this
Yeah.
one-on-one match and have him lose? Right? Okay, he's not gonna lose. So we'll have to see where the Sami Zayn fits in all of this. Obviously, I think we're definitely leaning toward Gunther and Aldis. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like that'd be a missed opportunity if we don't do that, which leaves Sammy without a dance partner if he doesn't go into a triple threat. So it's very possible he goes into a triple threat situation with Cody and Punk. I don't know. I don't know if there's even going to be like a KO in any of this, but he did put that
Yeah.
video out recently. Did you see that video where he's in his car?
No, I did not. KO?
Yeah. So he
Yeah,
did a
no.
video where he was in his car, and I think he was promoting a WWE live show that was in Canada, and he was talking about that show. But then he also talked about how he really missed everyone, and he can't wait to come back. But it didn't sound like he was ready to come back, like physically ready to come back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He could have been putting that on for the, to keep, to kind of bait and switch or keep the attention away from the fact that he could be coming back. It seemed
Mhm.
kind of odd in the moment that they would reach out to KO to kind of push that. You don't see wrestlers oftentimes getting reached out to push shows that are not Monday Night Raw in their hometown. But I don't even think this is a Raw. I think this is like some sort of like just WWE event or
Live
house
event.
show or something. So some live event. So I don't know. I'm oftentimes the type of person that feels like when you start dropping little like hints of things, but for WWE, it's usually leading to something. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We're literally a few hours away from figuring out some more of this story. Let's see. Jade Cargill and B-Fab beat Charlotte and Tiffany and Chelsea Green.
I'm still enjoying the Tiffany and Chelsea Green pairing. I think that's going to be fun in the coming weeks.
I agree. I just like the fact that Chelsea is mixing it up with so many people that are clearly being positioned by the company as like prominent folks, like your Jade Cargills and your Tiffany Strattons. I'm just glad that she's not, after her initial two women's US title reigns, that she's not fallen back down the ladder, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
into, odd territory.
Yeah.
Now, this match here, Ray Phoenix versus Vikingo.
Mhm.
Listen, guys, if you have not seen Vikingo in action, this is a great opening to Vikingo AAA if this is not your normal bag. Because this match was phenomenal. This match was phenomenal. Ray Phoenix and Vikingo are just two of the best technically in the ring. And boy, do they freaking fly. The Vikingo, bro. Like, I could see Vikingo doing more on standard WWE programming just because, first of all, he's unmasked. So there's a little more marketability in the American wrestling market. Two, the dude is freaking good. Like, he is good. He did some like corkscrew Hurricane Rana from in the ring, outside the ring to Ray Phoenix. And I don't think I've ever seen a move like that performed ever. It was like some springboard corkscrew
Yeah,
Hurricane
I know. I
Rana
remember.
thing.
Yeah,
That was insane. Insane.
yeah. It was a heck of a lucha style match. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
It was, and it seems like they've been given more of these on. I mean, is it the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks we've had a Ray Phoenix match defending the
The AAA
AAA?
lightweight.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, he has. He has.
the AAA cruiserweight title.
I got to get back on watching my AAA. My weekends have just been
Yeah.
so freaking jammed up with stuff. I just don't have time to throw it in there anymore.
Hmm.
So let's see what else we got here.
We had the Trick Williams Carmelo Hayes segment.
Yes, yes, where Carmelo gets bitch slapped, or excuse me, I'm sorry, trick slapped in the middle of the ring because I guess he's interrupting while grown folks are talking.
Yeah, what did Lil Yachty say to Carmelo? It was a shot at him not being the biggest man.
He did, and I realized in that
Something
moment that
me up.
Lil Yachty was taller than Carmelo.
Yes, he is.
I
He certainly
never
is.
thought about that, never noticed it until he said that. And
Yeah,
okay, what did he say?
I don't remember now that it's been a week out, and I do not remember it.
Yeah, I clicked play on the clip to see if it will let me know real quick. So after I get through this Jimmy and Jay Uso ad for gambling and SummerSlam. Okay, Workhorse Championship. Look, Lil Yachty is awesome.
Yeah, Lil Yachty has really been a great addition. It's definitely a good pairing with him and Trick, and they're doing some good stuff. I'm glad that he is up to do as much work as he has and make as many shows as he has
Oh, absolutely right.
and be pretty much his full-time manager.
Yeah. Oh, he called him. Okay. So he, I just saw it. So he was like, I understand that you want a match, and then he turned to the crowd. He was like, Atlantic City, should we give this young small man a match?
Yeah, young, yeah. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, just
Oh,
made me giggle.
the pop collar and the beret for me. I mean, like just
Yeah.
top tier, top tier. He needs to stick around. I hope he sticks around because he and Trick are a really awesome pairing.
Yeah, they really have been a good one. We'll see how this Carmelo Hayes thing goes. I don't think anyone is under any auspicions that Carmelo Hayes is going to take this title from Trick, but we'll see. I mean, they're gonna have a good match. Maybe at SummerSlam, probably at Saturday night's main event next week, and we'll see where we go from there.
I know we're going to get a video package that leans very heavily into their NXT path. I mean,
Yes.
this is the show to do it, and you're doing a one-on-one match. So, I mean, you got the Ricky Saints out of this equation. And so this would be a missed opportunity if you didn't lean into that. Now, could I see Carmelo Hayes beating Trick for the United States Championship? Honestly, Skeeter, only if Trick Williams is going into Money in the Bank. When I was watching this segment last week, I thought to
We still
myself,
have a while before that, right?
"Say what
Did we
now?
say
Oh,
that was
yeah,
October or
it's in
something?
October.
Yeah.
So we've got SummerSlam coming up, right? I think that's the next. No, we got Saturday night's main event in Madison Square Garden. I think that comes before SummerSlam. So we got that, and then we got SummerSlam. We probably have another Saturday night's main event or that Sunday night's main event, I believe, comes after that. And then we don't have anything in August. No, SummerSlam. We don't have anything in September.
SummerSlam's right, yeah, right at the beginning of August.
I don't think we have anything PLE wise in September. I think the next PLE we have after SummerSlam is Money in the Bank.
That is the only thing on the schedule. Yes.
Okay.
Right now, the only things announced past SummerSlam are the Sunday night's main event in early September and then Money in the Bank in early October.
That would make sense because I'm assuming they're probably going to do some Money in the Bank qualifiers. You know what I mean? That are going to take up a decent
Which
amount of
means
weeks.
for now we do not have another WrestlePalooza on the schedule, which was in September last year, I believe, right?
Yeah. Listen, if WrestlePalooza was a one and done thing to break into ESPN app,
Yeah, which I think we may have,
I'm
said
fine
that
with
was
that because
probably
I
going to
feel
be
like
the case last
WrestlePalooza
year.
last year threw a monkey wrench in a lot of the plans last year. I feel
It
like
kind
they
of
threw some things at the wall for WrestlePalooza with Brock specifically.
Brock and Cena, yeah.
You know what I mean? That like kind of threw things off for the Cena retirement tour thing. Like it was odd. That was the first time too we started getting the hint of Brock and Paul when Paul was
hmm
supposed to be squarely in the corner of the Vision. So I feel like that PLE kind of threw,
Which we never got a conclusion to
which we never got
because
it
of all the
because I don't
injuries.
think.
Man, that just yeah, that brings us back to like injuries really did a number on the Vision and what it
God, did they?
could
Didn't they
have
though?
been.
I mean, they really did. They really did. We still ain't got back. Poor Bronson Reed. I mean, the dude's looking
You know?
yoked online, but
But but we'll get to it. But I did like everything that happened on Raw, vision
oh,
wise. So
Raw was the more entertaining show in my opinion this week. For sure.
oh, I thought Raw was awesome. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
SmackDown. I think we covered everything
For the
of
most
note.
part. For the most part,
Blake Monroe did another beatdown of
yes.
Julia, right? And we had Danhausen still experimenting on Kit and the Miz, I believe. And is this where our truth was speaking Spanish or something? Did he
I
do that?
believe so.
Or am I making that up? Yeah,
I
or
believe
or
so.
speaking in an accent or something.
Yeah, they were hyping up their
I wish
match
they
with
just
the
have
War
this match
Raiders.
already. Yeah, I wish they'd have this match and not do the same segment every week. But maybe we're just going to do the same segment every week. I don't know.
I mean, they're going to get to the match. I don't think our truth is at the point of his career where he is like in this the physical state to wrestle every week. I just I
No, but it's just odd to me that they've had the same exact like conversation like 3 times.
yeah,
Hey, we're
well,
coming for those titles. Hey, it's us again. We're coming for those titles. Hey, we've been watching you. We're coming for those titles.
you want to know something else, Skeeter?
Yeah,
Those titles they're coming for.
yeah.
I mean, dude, they're
If we do this again, I better see Ivar with a turkey leg
yeah, yeah,
again because that's the last time I cared.
dude.
When they were having when they were having contests with the Street Profits and playing basketball and stuff, that's a segment. Ivar was eating a turkey leg and all the women loved him. That's when that was peak. That's when Vince was cooking during COVID.
Dude, I wish sometimes I
People were losing eyeballs. We were having basketball contests. Whew,
sometimes I wish WWE
sports
really
entertainment.
cared about the tag championships. Like sometimes I really wish they cared about them because some acts just kind of get hot and then they get cold, they get a little lukewarm, then they
Mhm.
cool off again because you'll hit something that seems kind of interesting, but because they don't really care enough to really invest in it, it just kind of like comes and goes. It's never really worth anything. Like the Street Profits currently are up and obviously they want to smoke. And it's just a matter of like, how long do we keep doing this before we pull the trigger on Montez Ford? Like, I love you, Doc, but something has to give. And I don't want the Street Profits to go as long as the Usos went before, injury took out Jimmy and Jay got the opportunity to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I really wish they would do something really meaningful with the Street Profits, and it keeps seeming like they scratch that surface a little bit every so often. The stuff with Seth was the last go around, right? Where it
Mhm.
seemed like Doc and Tez were not on the same page about helping out Seth. And then they started helping Seth. They got on the same page. I guess, like Zuko and the Fire Nation with the Airbenders, with the Avatar and his crew, you start to trust Zuko a little bit. Maybe you can trust Seth. And it's like it goes nowhere. They help Seth win the match once or twice, and then they're off doing their own thing again. And we're no longer talking about the Street Profits anymore. I just I would love for them to do something with the tag belts because maybe it's just nostalgia for me, and maybe WWE never cared about them. But as a kid, the tag team champions always seemed super cool. I always loved the Steiners. I always loved Doom. I always loved Demolition, the Road Warriors, the Rockers. You know what I mean? Like I always loved the tag team division. It seemed like it was more important to me as a kid, but maybe it's because I was a kid and WWE never actually cared about the tag team division. I don't know.
Yeah, it's well, like we've talked about it before. Like there just aren't enough dedicated tag teams at the moment to support two sets of titles on multiple shows.
Agreed. Half the time I
There's
don't even know who the
barely
other tag team champions are.
I would argue there aren't enough tag teams to support one division, to be honest. Like an actual competitive division. So
You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. But if you're struggling with one, struggling to make one, you certainly can't do two. Like you certainly can't do that. But on to the A show. So LA Knight confronted Seth Rollins.
yeah,
And
so
got dropped.
we have Seth open the show. And I will say this, Seth cut. I like Seth. I always like a Seth promo. We got a little too smarky with this promo for my taste. I don't need him talking about how Roman used to suck and couldn't wrestle his way out of a paper bag. He couldn't cut a promo and he was the chosen one. I don't like that shit. I think that worked for some people. That works for CM Punk because it's been part of his shtick, but I that's never my favorite stuff.
Yeah, I will agree with
It's
you.
never my favorite stuff when in storyline they allude to the fact that it is performance.
So you think it alluded to the
At least
performance
in this,
by Roman being
yeah.
denoted
What
as
do you
the
mean?
chosen one?
What do you mean? And that he can't wrestle. Like in canon, he wrestled really well. He won all his matches. Isn't that what wrestling is about? Within wrestling,
Oh no, no.
I don't know. I never like it when in storyline we allude to match quality. That's why the recently departed really reminded me and annoyed me when Sheamus did the banger after banger after banger thing.
Wow.
They're good matches, but you fucking lost, bro. You lost all of them.
Okay, so all
You,
right.
Sheamus, should not be happy about that.
So I
You
think
should want to be Goldberg.
so you think that a wrestler who loses their matches,
But talks about how good the match is.
you think that they should not be talking about the quality of their match if they're not winning them?
Yeah, because that's the point, is to win it.
So do you think that it requires do you think that a win requires quality?
No,
Okay. So if a win doesn't require quality, then would you feel equally as
you just need to
bad?
win.
Would you feel equally as bad if someone brags about winning if they wrestled a shitty match?
No, because I've never seen that because it wouldn't make fucking sense.
What do you mean? Like there have been plenty of people who have won championships off of shitty matches.
Oh, yeah, but they don't say, yeah, I don't do the moves and I don't wrestle as well, but I still win.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on.
My thing, no,
Brock
my
Lesnar.
entire
Brock Lesnar made a significant portion of his career off of saying suplex city, repeat. F5, repeat. F5, repeat. He two moves. And listen, I get that he can do better. I'm just
but
saying
it
that
wasn't. Yeah, but the bragging was that that's all I need to do to beat you, not I beat you. And Dave Meltzer thought it sucked. When Seth says Roman couldn't wrestle his way out of a paper bag, that's talking about
how good of a wrestler he is.
work rate.
Yeah, how good
But
of
it
a wrestler he
obviously
is.
wasn't. Yeah, outside of canon, like outside of the universe, which I never.
Okay. So how did you feel
In
about
universe, Roman was a really good wrestler because he won all the time.
mm,
Because the goal of the wrestling in wrestling should be to win the match.
and if you win the match, that makes you good.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you are
So
accomplishing the goal.
so
And
at
for
one
the
point
same reason, when
at,
Sheamus is talking about banger after banger after banger, the point isn't to have a banger, the point is to win.
So at one point back in the day, before they served Giant Gonzalez his first loss, they marketed him as unbeatable, right?
Yeah.
He was huge. He was crushing people. Terrible wrestler. Terrible wrestler, right? But he had a little bit of an
From
undefeated
the
streak.
outside. Yes.
So does that make him in kayfabe a good wrestler?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. At least you're
Yes. To
consistent.
me, yes.
At least you're
Yeah.
consistent. I can appreciate your consistency.
In this aspect, yeah, sure. In other aspects, I'm really inconsistent, but that's okay. Here I am. I just hate the Smarky shit,
Look,
unless it's something I like, in which case I'll defend it.
I'll say this.
This one I didn't like. I'll say
I'll
this.
say this.
I think
I
Seth is
actually
above that for selling this
I
match.
did not like this on Seth in this promo only because not because I feel the same way about it that you do. I didn't like this because in my mind, this would have been good to do if you were still trying to get Roman to take the match.
That's fair. Yeah,
Right? Like
it would have
if
sold
you
it
had
better.
Roman last week and you came up to him and he did the whole thing, right? You need to beat me. And Roman was like, nah. And Roman left. I could see trying to antagonize him, right? Into giving you a match. It would make sense then. But Roman was straight up like, yeah, I do need to beat you. I do need to beat you to prove to my family that I can beat you. And so I can put you in my rear
Right,
view.
and they played that one so straight, and then when they come and do, like, a weird tonal shift where it's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge promo, I just don't like it. I don't
Right.
think they
Now I
need
get where
it.
you're coming from. Where I'm coming from is he didn't need to do this. Like it wasn't necessary. The match is set. Roman already accepted the match. What purpose does this serve besides giving you something else to talk about, which you didn't need to? Like what you laid out last week was so dense and so rich. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You honestly, you could have ran a video package this week. You could have ran a
Could've been a
video
hell of a
package,
video package too.
you know what I'm saying, of last week. You could have ran a video package that is building to the huge video package that WWE does so well that you're going to drop like a week or
I
two
mean, all
before
we
SummerSlam.
got from Brock and Ova this week was a video package, right?
Yeah. You could have done a video package. Even if you
And it
wanted to
was
put
one of the
Seth,
best segments on the show was the video package.
even if you wanted to put Seth in front of the crowd, you could have put Seth in
Oh,
front
no,
of the
wait,
crowd.
I think Oba and Paul were on the show. I think that was this week. Regardless, sorry, I'm thinking and cutting you off.
You're good, bro. Like you could have put Seth in front of the crowd and you could have had Seth talking about how glad he is that Roman took this match because Roman feels like he needs to beat me. And that's fine. Roman does need to beat me. You could lean into all the things that Roman was saying, right? And then you could also add something in there about how maybe Seth needs to beat Roman. Now, maybe they could be holding a bit of this till later. Maybe Seth's smart laden promo is setting the stage for Roman to come back and put Seth on the back foot, right? And then Seth is going to deliver something that is a bit more conditionally heartfelt, the way that Roman's was conditionally heartfelt last week. It wasn't like a weepy promo, but it was speaking to something that seemed like to the core very real, that he did need to get this monkey off his back. He did need to eliminate this asterisk from his career, which was Seth, and he need to exercise that demon that was the death of the Shield, the betrayal of Seth, right? So that he can move on being the tribal chief, move on with his career and leave this in his rear view. Right? That was heartfelt conditionally. It made sense for the story and didn't have to be sappy. Maybe we're leading to Roman coming back with some scathing promo that really cuts to the quick of Seth, right? Something that we ain't touched on in a while. And that maybe Seth can come back and have his little moment to kind of lay down some conditional, heartfelt shit, right? And then we can start getting to the video packages that build to our epic SummerSlam My Way video. Because that's what I need, right? I need a
We've
Stone
got
Cold
we've got
Rock My
we've
Way
got
level.
3 Raws left, so we've got 3 Raws between now and SummerSlam.
Bro, the song they put to this better be epic. It
They've
better
been
be
choosing
epic.
good ones lately when they do the video packages.
What was the last good one that they did? Did you remember? I mean, well, no, I know which one it was for me. I know which one it was for me. But
Well, what are you gonna say?
well, for what the latest one, video package wise, that really moved me, brother, CM Punk WrestleMania 41. Was that the wait? Was that the no
That's
40?
the triple threat video package, which that's what I was gonna say. Although he had he had a solo one for 41. He kind of had what he had this year in that he had like a solo one before he came out to This Fire Burns. But I was going to say that the triple threat match video package that they set to, I forget the name of the song. It was a Machine Head song, and wasn't the video in like black and white, and it was great.
So wait, this year was what, 42, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Punk and Rome.
Okay. Last
And
year's.
then the triple threat was
So WrestleMania 40, that was the year that Punk missed. He was injured.
yes.
Okay. No, okay. So for me, it was WrestleMania 41, the Wrestling is My Addiction promo that was set to
I
This
think
Fire
that was
Burns.
his. Yeah, I think that was. Didn't they do that like they did this year, where he got his own little one
Yes.
before his entrance?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're picking one from the same match, but you're picking the Punk only one, and I'm picking the one they showed before the match to hype up the whole thing.
I forget what that one was.
I just texted it to you. You can watch it in a bit, but
Yeah.
it's a really good one. It's
Oh,
not all in black and white, but it starts out in black and white,
I'm
and I
sure.
remember that.
I'm sure the second I start it, I'm going to remember exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, they gave him the 5-star treatment that year for video packages for sure.
Last 2 years, Punk has gotten the absolute superstar treatment.
For sure. You know who else got a superstar treatment this week?
Who?
One Austin Theory.
Yes. After I was worried last week that they were moving on from what I was so highly anticipating and wanting to happen.
Yeah, yeah. We talked about
We
this
had it
though.
happen.
We
Yeah.
talked about this though, that they're going to put Maxine in a position where Maxine is going to have to decide whether she's going to do the right thing or the wrong thing. And she chose the right thing and sticking with Austin Theory because this works. And I saw somebody online saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they were saying, yo, this scene is crazy seeing as how Maxine is married. And listen, I get it. I'm not
It's showbiz, folks.
I get that. And that's the part, right? Like, yes, it's showbiz. But boy, let me tell you the truth. You know who else is married? Dominic Mysterio. And
Yes.
Dom and Liv have never pulled like the lip lock that these two did. I didn't know she was married at the time. And I'm thinking, oh, great. They're bringing their on-screen relationship into, they're bringing their real relationship onto the screen. Makes sense. Austin Theory, okay. Maxine Dupree, it's on his level, on the roster wise. Seems like it makes sense, right? And somebody's like, oh, no, she's married. And I was like, oh, okay. Fair enough. The look on Breaker's face, though, when she runs and jumps into his arms and they start lip locking, the look on his face is like, what the fuck is going? Oh, that was the best part for me. I rewound it and like played it back in like slow motion because I wanted to catch his face because the camera pans past his face and then goes back to Dupree and Theory. So it doesn't linger on his face. But I remember seeing it in real time and I was thinking, oh, the look on his face is priceless. It's so good. But this makes me infinitely more interested in what's going on in the division. And I never thought that I would be saying that off the back of Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree, but
Oh, they did a great job.
excellent
Maxine
job.
in all black, new attitude. I think this will be good for her to sink her teeth into this new character and new role. I really do. I think this pairing has a lot of potential, and I've said that before. But yeah, it's just when I thought maybe the Vision is dead and going to break apart, and Paul is going to leave him. He tells him, "Make sure you come back with those titles," and they do come back with the titles, and then he tells Maxine, "Good job." So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. But I love
Me too. I love this. I'm looking at this picture, right?
even given everything like that. Honestly, may have been my favorite part of the show
Me too. Straight
was
up.
seeing that come to fruition for me.
Me too. And listen, and that is on the show where Punk wins the title.
Yeah,
Like that was great character work for me. And I'm looking at this picture of the Vision in the aisle with our new tag team champions because they did beat the Street Profits. But Braun Breaker is clearly the person who they are setting up, right, to be the breakout star of this group, right? He's already a star going into it, so it's not like he needs to break out of anything. But we know who he is. Logan Paul is clearly the overachieving mouth of the vision, right? Like clearly the overachiever, clearly the mouth of the group. Austin Theory was always like the guy who came in as part of the story, right? To push the story along. He was never as strong as Logan on the mic, but the guy can wrestle, right? He's not quite as big and badass as Braun, but he can go, right? He's just the other guy here. But now with this part, with the Maxine angle, they're like the Bonnie and Clyde of the group, right? Like the two
Yeah.
love-stricken like lovebirds who are just evil. Yeah, and I love it. It's such a great dynamic, and it's so different than Dom and Liv because Maxine is not going to be like the cackling like evil girlfriend. Maxine
Yeah.
is like the hot chick who chose the bad boy in the gang. You know what I'm saying? When she should have
Yeah.
chose different. And it's I would love if they tell us like a unraveling of Maxine's story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's an interesting new direction for her character, and thankfully she has come out the other side of the natty vortex, which just stopped her
All of her
momentum in its
momentum.
track. Yeah.
All of her momentum. I agree. It's great to see that she's come out of the other side of this and she seems all the better for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to the development there.
So, uh Roxanne Rodriguez takes another loss, this time to our women's intercontinental champion, Sol Ruka. There was distractions ringside. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez try to help her win. It does not work. She gets distracted by Io Sky
Yeah, EO shows up and takes out Roxanne and Liv.
and sets up the distraction perfect for Sol Ruka to be perfectly in place for the Soul Snatcher, and she gets the victory. I swear, listen, love me some Soul Ruka, but I swear it seems like every time they get close to trying to heat up Raquel, she just starts taking numerous L's, like back to back to back to back to back,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I mean, I think she's still probably a front runner to win the women's Money in the Bank after SummerSlam. That and you know if Liv retains the championship at SummerSlam over EO. I mean, I feel like you gotta put Raquel with that Money in the Bank. That is too juicy of a story for her to have the contract and just have Liv constantly trying to convince her, right, to cash in that title somewhere else.
Yeah.
It seems like it writes itself, but I mean, we've had a couple of storylines that seem to write themselves, and they just kind of pivot away through. But needless to say, I think the EO and the Liv story going into SummerSlam right now is probably the weakest of the stories of any championship match going into SummerSlam right now. And I don't know. I don't feel like it had to be this way. This is what they chose to do coming out of Night of Champions, and nothing against EO, but I don't know. EO didn't really seem like she had a whole lot going into Night of Champions. Like there could have been other people who you could have put that Night of Champions Queen of the Ring championship, Queen of the Ring win on, except for EO. So I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
wonder how much. I mean, this. I think the absence of Stephanie Vicaire has really hurt, and WWE hasn't really recovered from that, and having to pivot post WrestleMania plans. And Lord, on the other show, Rhea gets hurt. Yeah, the women's title scenes, the main women's title scenes on both shows are a little lacking right as far as I'm concerned, and I don't think that's too hot of a take.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all. Paul Heyman cuts yet another promo in Brock Lesnar's absence. Now I don't know why I thought Brock was going to show up. I thought he was going to show up and attack Oba again from behind. But dude, Oba does not cut bad promos.
No, no, another good one.
He just
Standing
does.
toe to toe with one of the best ever on the mic.
I mean, he does. The dude just has a presence about him. You know what I mean? He just has a presence about him, and his promo game fits his character to the T. And I think because of the way they booked him, because his promo game fits his character so well, because his presence is 100,000% there, he just works. I feel like when they looked at Oba, they probably thought the same thing they thought about Roman when they first saw Roman at FCW, and they're probably thinking, if we can't make a star out of this guy, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what we're doing.
Well, I mean, I think he's already, yeah, he's already there. That's for sure. So yeah, I would say one of the bigger can't miss prospects in quite a while. Well, since Braun Breaker, so I don't know if it's been quite a while to be honest, but
I mean, dude, what a time, right? Just
yeah, certainly, yeah. That's their big 3 or 4 with Braun Breaker, Obafemi, Trick, and Javon Evans, although we've not seen him in a while, right?
no,
You,
well, not in a couple weeks.
yeah, you were, I mean, we talked about him when you were postulating and stoking the rumor mill of Javon and Bailey dating last.
Hey, look, maybe they requested some time off.
Yeah.
Maybe they requested some time off. I mean, seriously though, like we are just in an era right now of current wrestling greatness, right? In the big players that you've got now. I mean, that goes without being said, right? Your Romans, your Sets, your Codys. Let's jump back over to the other show and look at what's on. I mean,
I mean, yeah, we've got Roman, Seth, Cody, Punk as I mean, as big a mega stars as you can get at
yeah.
the top of the card.
And then, like you said before, you
Brock's
got
still around,
Brock is still
and yeah,
around. You know what I mean? Randy is still up here and there, right? But then you've got your tricks. You've got your Carmelo Hayes. You've got Oba Femi. You've got Braun Breaker. You've got Javon. I mean, we are in such an era. And mind you, we haven't even seen Penta on our screen in the last few weeks for real, right? Ray
yeah,
Phoenix is freaking killing it. Like, I mean, you just have so many good talents, and that's just on the men's side. That's just on the men's side. Despite the fact you got injuries, despite the fact that the tag team division is still, I mean, as wrestling fans, we're really eating good right now when it comes to the caliber of
oh yeah,
athletes that we have and the talent pool that they are operating with. Not to mention the fact that if you were to click over to NXT right now and just look at their roster, you've got a decent number of people who could really come in and slot themselves in as the filler for this roster and really build some new fresh stories with some new fresh characters. But I mean, dude, I have been thoroughly enjoying wrestling. We go through that lull period, right? After WrestleMania,
mhm,
where they're refiguring the stories. They're laying the groundwork that builds into where we are now, which is literally what we were saying to people weeks back, right? Is like, hey, relax,
mhm.
relax, let them cook. They're gonna get you there.
What are they calling EO's man down in NXT?
EO's got a man
Evil?
in NXT.
Yeah,
What?
Evil from New Japan.
I didn't know
Her
that.
husband. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Naraku is what they're calling him.
Dang, I got to tune into NXT more.
Yeah, the former Evil. Before that, the former Takaki Watanabe.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at him now.
Yeah,
I recognize him. Is Tony D'Angelo ever gonna make it to the main roster? I feel
dude.
like he's been
Oh
on top
no,
down there
yeah.
forever.
I mean, a long time.
A
I mean,
long time.
he was a guy. He was when they first rebranded like as NXT 2.0.
Yes. That's what I'm
He was
saying. He's
he
like an
was one of
elder
the more
statesman down
top
there now.
guys. Yeah.
I don't know. Freaking Kendall Grace, awesome. I saw her wrestle a couple of times. She's freaking amazing. Oh, and
I
that.
think looking
Go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say because I brought it up. I think looking back, people were very critical of the NXT 2.0 rebranding,
Yeah.
but like, look at what we've gotten out of it now.
Right.
Like you get Oba, Braun Breaker, Trick, Carmelo, Solo, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne. Like, yeah, I know people were critical at the time, but it needed to get away from that late Triple H NXT era where it was, for lack of better terms, Triple H's own indie company where he had older guys, established guys down there having huge matches and long feuds and getting it back to a developmental company
Agreed.
really is we're reaping the benefits now. Like all those guys we named, those are products of
2.0.
are of recommitting the NXT brand to being developed.
Oh, for sure. I'm wondering too, right? Just looking at this, because the Great American Bash was the last event that NXT had. Lola Vice has been the NXT Women's Champion for a few months now. She's a hit down in AAA, and I have no reason to suspect that she won't be a hit on the main roster. I don't know what happened to Stephanie Vaquer, what kind of injury she's dealing with. WWE, who normally is not really tight-lipped about injuries that happen to people, for some reason.
Something with her leg, because we know she had a boot on.
True. But and listen, she hasn't been gone too long. So, she could be on the cusp of coming back at any time. But I wonder if Lola Vice is going to make her way to the main roster. Like, she's reached the pinnacle of NXT. She's been down there for a little while. She's shown crossover appeal in AAA. It seems like she could make a run on WWE main roster. And listen, the women's roster is always in need of more women on their roster to, to fill out the ranks and do more with the talent that they have. Did we get anything this week? Oh, we did. We got Bailey. I was about to ask about Bailey and Lyra.
Yeah, well, Lyra had her strung out video package, and now Bailey had her pre-taped promo where she said, "Why don't we meet face to face or whatever?"
Yeah, she wants to give her one last chance to clear things up before things go off the rails, which I would assume they already have.
I would think so, yes.
That was my thought. And we already covered Punk. I think that wraps it up for the most part.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else unless I'm forgetting something.
I'm looking at the videos on the side because normally those have the in-betweens that we may have missed. Tama and Tala attack Finn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did get that on SmackDown.
They attack Finn backstage. So where's Shinsuke in all this?
Yeah, Tama and Finn were talking, and Tala creeped up from behind him from the background. I forgot about that.
What an epic shot! What an epic shot! How does a big MFer like that lurk like that? That was a great shot. WWE, listen, WWE has been nailing it lately with regards to how they frame their camera shots to assist in telling their stories, right? They've been doing a great job of catching things in the background, how people are moving within frame, moving in and out of frame. They've been doing a really good job at that lately. And this was no exception. They have them talking, and then Tala, with his big old self, how do you lurk? Just like that. And you see him taking the shades off in the background, like, what is this? Okay, you know what? And just great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Where's Shinsuke in all this? Like, I need Shinsuke and Finn to wrestle Tala and Tama. Like, just bring some of this New Japan flavor into some of your matches because they ain't doing nothing right now. Finn ain't doing nothing. Shinsuke sure ain't doing nothing. And Tala and Tama are, they're all hanging around catering, which I would love to see what catering puts on for the wrestlers each week. We hear about it for decades, right? Like, what's in catering? I wonder if there's a Google search that lets me know what's in catering.
I'm sure you could find someone at some point has to have talked about it, or I'm sure we could, find
what's in
a
WWE catering. Oh, is there a video? Really?
Oh, I'm sure at some
with
point.
WWE Catering's crew chief. Jennifer, I can't even read it. I can pronounce her last name. Is she literally talking about what's in catering? Okay, so they usually have a protein, grilled chicken, steak, fish, and turkey. Then they have carbs, white and brown rice, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, and pasta. Then they have vegetables and sides, fresh broccoli, leafy salads, and varied hot and cold veggies. And then they have some comfort foods and desserts, mac and cheese, cookies, and high-priced cakes. Hours of operation, dang, they got the whole breakdown. Honestly, if this is what they have in catering, like every time they go, I see why people hang around catering. Because I bet the food is fucking good too. I bet it's good too. And I know that's me talking because
it's high quality. Yeah.
Yeah, you would think, right? I mean, you got people making so much damn money around there. The catering is not like at Philadelphia's freaking what was the stadium for 40?
Lincoln Financial, right?
Yeah, I bet it's better than Lincoln Financial. I bet that. Believe that. Roman callback. Yeah. So I think that about wraps it up. I'm talking about catering because I'm freaking starving. I had potato chips for lunch today.
We got Saturday night's main event next week, and then here in what, 4 weeks? will be here for SummerSlam.
Dude, I can't wait.
Or no,
SummerSlam
3
shaped
weeks.
up to be
Here in
way
like
bigger
3
than I
weeks.
thought it was going to be.
For
Yeah, I
SummerSlam.
think it's 3 weeks actually.
A little over, yeah.
Because it was 5 weeks right after Night of Champions.
We'll figure it out. Whenever it is, however many weeks, we'll be here.
We
I
shall
do
be
think it
here.
is like 3 weeks in a day.
We shall be here talking wrestling. I won't have this mask on at Saturday night's main event, guys, because I can't eat. I can't eat in this mask. I
So
can
you
only sip fluids. So unless it's soup through a straw, it ain't happening. So
have a soup stream.
that ain't happening.
It's,
That is
remember
not
when
happening.
they used to make those the Campbell's to go cups?
Yeah.
We can get you those. Yeah.
Yeah. with the
We can
sip
get you
top.
some soup. Yeah.
Dude,
We
I'm
can
not.
get you
Dude,
some
I'm not
soup.
sick. I'm not on a liquid diet. I'm gonna put on probably the Volator. Volator. I think it's Volator. I think I'm gonna put the
Yeah.
Volator mask on and chow down on some pizza. The all blackout mask. The first one I had, you all will
Mhm.
never see that mask ever again in existence on my face. Ever again.
No,
Unless we do
tough
like a
one.
Patreon and somebody pays for me to do that, you will never see that one on my. This mask is not the most comfortable by any stretch. If I had to rank them though, the most uncomfortable one, the blackout mask, the first one, the worst. When I tell you your eyes and eyelashes, they do something to you. They mess with your mind. They mess with your mind. It pricks at you all day. It's terrible. Skeena, please let everyone know where they can catch up with all the things Lariat Lounge and all that is coming up with regards to PLEs, with live events on the weekends, and just anything that is the Lariat Lounge.
The home of the Lariat Lounge is YouTube. That's where you can find it. Search the Lariat Lounge on YouTube. You'll find our page. You'll find all the episodes. That's where all of them go up in video and audio format. That's where you can catch up on all the past episodes. That's where the PLE live streams are. That's where you'll find the VODs of all the past PLE live streams. Any content we do, you will find on YouTube. The podcast also goes up every week in audio format, traditional style, on all your favorite platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your shows, you'll find us. We have merch. If you'd like to go get a shirt and support us that way, we are on Pro Wrestling Tees. Search the Lariat Lounge and you'll find us. We've got 7 great designs up there right now. So please go get your merch over there. Give us a follow on Instagram at the Lariat Lounge Podcast. That's where you can DM us, interact with us. That's where you can give us a follow and make sure you catch the notifications whenever the live streams go live. Give us a follow over there. And as always, any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, grievances, hate mail, anything, send it to us at the Lariat Lounge at gmail.com.
Hey, listen, public service announcement too.
Hate mail, I think.
I want the hate mail. I want all the
Yeah.
smoke. I'm the third member of the Street Profits. They don't let me come out, but it is what it is. Listen, public service announcement too, by the way. Hit us up on the Instagram. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know what you think about the videos, all those things. But make sure when you go on Instagram, make sure you turn off those settings that Meta just rolled out that allow for Instagram to share your image without your consent to AI platforms to use at their leisure. I literally just found out about this the other day. Go into your settings on Instagram, go to settings and activities, and turn off the option that allows people to use your content on Instagram with AI features from Meta. Turn that off. If you don't want them to use your image in other AI content across Meta, turn it off. Public service announcement from your boys here at the Lariat Lounge. We want everybody to surf the internet, be on social media, safe and secure, and protect yourself from the AI overlords that are eventually going to come and take over everything. So, you're welcome. But from your boys here at the Lariat Lounge, Everson, Godfrey, co-host Andrew Skeens, this has been another edition of the Lariat Lounge. Watch yourself on the way out.